Oh, it's been a while. So, yeah, hello. Anyone that's new here or anyone that's been following for a while, if you want context behind this video, because this intro is going to be short, then you need to go watch this video first. And also, you may notice that I am indeed facing some sort of screen, and this is actually the Mac that I borrowed a couple of times, and I'm on a different film location. The tripod you won't always see because the screen is going to turn on, and yeah. So it's essentially like a part 1 of Architecture April, so I split down into 4 bits, but I want to try and, there's something I want to try and do. With this actual first bit, which is the sort of nature, I want to try and add architecture into nature pieces that are either being taught to me or something I've seen before. So I'm going to be using stars that I've seen before, adding my own twist to it. I'll do a mini one first and then go off and do like a bigger one. So I actually want to try and do a Bob Ross tutorial. And in that sense, I've also found another thing on Instagram, which is essentially literally just layering things over and over again, really simple shapes, but it makes this amazing scene, which is kind of the theme for this video. Layering, simply making beautiful pictures. So we're gonna go about that. Without further ado, let's go and do the tester ones. This is one I saw on Instagram. And then we'll get on to Bob Ross in a minute. Oh yes, one very big, more important thing that I want to mention. This will be going into the CCU, which is a universe that I'm currently creating throughout this year, making coupling characters, coupling landscapes, planets, all of it at different times. And most of the stuff that I draw will go into that universe, but it's kind of my decision. I have made a little smiley face there, didn't see that. But each of these paintings or pieces that I do throughout Architecture April will be added to the universe. So I've actually got a list of steps that I need to follow to do this first little piece. I took notes down for the Instagram one, which is what this is. And I'm not going to spoil it, but we are going to cut to a time lapse in a minute, and you're about to see kind of what this looks like. I do just want to quickly say I spent less time on this one because I wanted to put more effort into the Bob Ross one, make it bigger and better, whereas this was sort of just a tester. Right, so now we're going to try the Bob Ross stuff. I'm going to use, I think it's called the 1 hour special, the Grandeur of Summer, to make this thing, except I'm going to do it sort of architecturally and maybe add buildings in as I go. And the amazing thing with his work, I've mentioned this already, is that it's so simple. It's just simple shapes of different color and blending and layering that on, and it makes this amazing picture. So quite simple, but also an amazing creation. So we're going to try that digitally on here. All I need to do first is just get his palette of colors, and what I'm going to do is make it on a layer and then hide that layer so that I can go back to that layer whenever I need to, just to grab the colours and paint it on the canvas. So just do that quick. Actually, right now I've got something that's really beautiful. I'm just going to move the camera a bit. But yeah, it genuinely is really, really nice, and I'm happy with it so far. About halfway through the video that Mr. Bob Ross is doing, and honestly it looks really good. So obviously with Photoshop, some of the tools are a bit different. So like the clouds up here, I can do them like filling in with whites. However, I have made an effort to use the smudge tool on the soft sort of brush to work in some of the scrapes of white in the background. It's made some interesting clouds, pretty cool. The mountains I did struggle with for a bit, but I actually added chalk textures down the side. The actual mountain range is a very flat colour, but just adding these bits, as you can see here, I've just added so much to the picture. The fog and mist as well, great job, really easy to do with just soft brushes, no opacity. This bit down here, I didn't really intend for this, but it does actually look quite like grass, like reeds near a river. So overall, I'm really happy so far. We're going to do the rest of this video, and then we're going to add some of our own stuff based off of kind of what I did before with the city buildings, make it look just that bit better. I might do some sort of monastery.
But I don't care. You're worth the cost. I don't care. All I ever wanna be is eyes for eyes, lips for lips, skin for skin, sin for sin, eyes for eyes.
So I'm all done, and I'm genuinely incredibly happy with it. The Bob Ross thing went so well. I never thought I'd do that well, to be honest. But again, like I said, so simple, such simple shapes with such simple colours, and just makes something beautiful. It shows you don't have to put loads of time. Well, still time, but you don't have to put loads and loads and loads of work, and don't overwork yourself. Allow yourself to just work freely. Let it sort of flow, and let the ideas flow, let them come out, just like that. And actually adding the buildings in like this, because they're so little, it actually kind of sits in the picture quite well. And what I've tried to do is highlight sort of like what he's done here. I haven't used any brushes that are a spike, I've actually used these soft round ones, which do actually create a bit of a blur, which helps with like the mist and the fog and put it into the background. I've actually put a dock down here as well. So here's an original picture, actually had the river winding around this way. And instead I've actually made sort of like a downhill into this bit here, with the dock coming out onto the lake, which again looks awesome. So yeah, I'm super duper happy with that. I'm just gonna add some finishing touches. You'll see the final piece at the end. But other than that, this is the end of the video, and thanks for watching. So thank you so much for everyone who stayed to the end. I hope you liked the animated start. That actually took longer than expected. So did the editing process of this video. You may notice there is some background noise, and that's because I'm not in my usual filming location. Also, here are the two finished pieces, just as an overview. And there is something I noticed slightly different about one of them. Just see if you can see it yourself. And maybe I'll have some updates on that in the next video.